This is the beginner's guide for the TI-36X Pro. Alright, so we're going to turn it on, press on. We can turn it off by second off, right? The blue key shows the blue letters. Reset, so let's turn it on. Let's reset the calculator the way it was when you first bought it. We'll go second, 0. Then we go to number 2, yes, enter, and it's done. Press clear. Let's do a few math problems like 3 plus 4, right? That's going to give you 7. 3 plus 4 equals 7. Let's say 3 take away 4, right? 3 take away 4, enter. It's going to give you, yep, negative 1. How about negative 3 minus 4, right? So the negative, you press negative 3, take away 4, and then enter. Gives you negative 7. If the signs are the same, you add the numbers and then you keep the sign. You can see that it's very algebraic. Usually what you see is what you type, and then you get the answer that you want. Let's say 3 times 4 take away 7, right? So it does the math in here first, so it's 3. 4 take away 7, the signs are different, so you subtract, keep the sign of the larger number. That's going to give you 3, should give you negative 9. So 3, parentheses, 4, take away 7, close parentheses, and then you enter. It gives you what? Negative 9. Okay. How about 24 divided by 7? So if you say 24 divided by 7, and then you enter, it gives you 3.428, and so forth. You can see that the answers are over here on the right, but as we type, things are just going on what they call stacks, usually. So let's say I wanted to multiply this number, right? So I say times. So it's the previous answer, and then if I go up, right, and let's say I wanted this to be multiplied with that, right, you enter, it copies the negative 7, and then it gives you negative 24. Okay, so what about 3 divided by 84, let's say, right? 3 divided by 84, enter, it gives you 0.0357, right? But what we can do, if I wanted the fraction form, right, there over here is fraction decimal, second, this button right here, see, fraction to decimal or decimal to fraction, and it reduces to 1 over 28. Okay, so it did reduce, which is great. 3% of 24, right? So let's see, there's percent right here, so 3%, and then let's put parentheses, 24, don't need to multiply, and it gives you 0.72. Okay, now let's go with pi. How do you get that? Well, we can do 3 and then second pi. Okay, and that's not what I wanted. Hold on. Let's try that again. 3, I press the clear. 3, and then just not complex, just press the button pi once. And then gives you 3 pi, right? Let's say I want to multiply this by 2, should give you 6 pi. So multiply, which is the answer previously, times 2, gives you 6 pi. You can see that this has 3 values. So what we can do is, let's say we want 3e. So we go 3, then press this button, press it again, there's e, enter, and it gives you a value 8.154. Let's say I wanted 3i, so we go 3, and then press this button, 1, 2, 3. It gives you the I, enter. And of course, if you say 3 plus 3i, right? So we're going to add 3 to it. It gives you this answer. Okay. Let's go to the next thing here. How about if I wanted 6i squared, right? So let's do that. We could put parentheses, 6, then the I, close parentheses, and then the square, which is over here. Enter. You can see it's negative 36 plus 0i. Okay. Let's say I wanted 5 squared, right? We put the 5, and then we square it, and then we enter 25. How about 5 cubed? Is there a cube? I don't remember. I don't think there is. But there's this button right here. So we go with 3, this button right here, X to the box, and then we wanted 5, so let's clear that. 5, X to the box, 3, enter, 125. Right, 5 times 5 times 5 gives you 125. How about 1 over 625? Let's say in the book you have this here, right? How do we represent this? You could say 1 divided by 625, but it gives you an answer of 0.0016. I wanted to show it as 1 over 625. To do that, you press this button, the fraction button, 1, then you go down, 625, you enter, and it gives you this answer. Okay. What about if I want to change this into a decimal? Let's see. You go second. This approximation symbol, right? Here you have fraction to decimal. So I took the answer. I wanted to fraction decimal. Enter, and it gives me that value that I want. Okay. Let's say there's a problem like 1 divided by 5 times 4, let's say, right? What we can do is we can say 5 times 4 will give you 20, right? And then you want this answer. So what you can do is you can take 1 divided by this, you can see 1 divided by the square, that's second button here. So I took the answer, and I'm going to say 1 divided by the answer. It gives me 1 over 20. And if I want a decimal answer, second fraction to decimal to fraction, gives me 0.05. Okay, I want to do 3 3/4, right? So, it's this one right here, you see that? So you press second, you press 7, you put 3, use the pad, 3 again, use the pad, 4, you can go across or down, enter, and it gives you 17, 15 over 4. That's what, 12, 13, 14, 15, that's right. And what about if I want the decimal answer? Second fraction to decimal, you enter, it gives you 3.75. Let's do square roots, right? Let's do a square root. Square root of 16, let's say. Square root is right here, second x squared, because I put the blue, it's the blue section right here, okay? Let's say 16, enter, gives you 4, okay. How about the square root of 8, right? So second square root, 8, enter, and that gives you 2 square root of 2. It reduces it for you. Good. Let's do the square root of 37 over the square root of 17, right? Okay, let's do that one. So we do the fraction button, and then we go second square root, 37, go down, and then second square root, 17, and you can move it over if you like, enter, and it gives you the square root of 629 over 17. You know what? I've been thinking. Let's do this one more. This one right here, right? Let's go with second square root 8, and we put a decimal on it. There we go. Now we found it. All right. I was wondering how to do that. Some calculators do that. When you put a decimal after the number, it gives you that. How about this one? Let's copy this one over. So scroll up, copy that one. Let's see if we can move over. Let's see if we can put a decimal right there. And it gives me an answer. Okay. All right, so being a little patient, and then we figure it out. How about the third root of 18? So we can clear. So we have this button over here where the x to the square is second. It says answer, so let's clear that. We want a 3 then, second, this button here, and then 18, right? Which is the x to the square button. Enter, and it gives you an answer. 2.8207. Doesn't seem like it gives you a reduced answer in terms of roots. Okay. How about e to the square power, right? Here we have it over here, e, and then we can make it squared. We press it once, we put a 2, enter, gives you an answer. Definitely different than e to the 1, which is this one right here. That's e times 3. Okay, gives you a different answer. How about 10 to the third power? Okay, so you press this button, e squared, 10 squared, press it once, twice, right? So that gives you 10 to some power, which is, let's say 3, and it gives you 1, 2, 3 zeros. How about 10 to the 2/3? 10 to the 2/3. So we go the 10, right? And then the fraction button, 2, go down, 3, enter, and it gives you an answer of 4.641. Okay. All right. How about 3 times 10 to the 4th power? So it's going to be 3, and then the double E, right? And then a 4. Enter. So it's going to give you 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Okay. Natural log. Let's see, which is here. See? Natural log. Let's say the natural log of 3. Press 3. Close it if you like. Enter. 1.098. Okay. Then, let's say the log of 10. This is the log base of 10, by the way. You press this twice. You put 10. You put parentheses. Enter. And it gives you 1. How about the log of 3? Log of base 3, 9. What does that equal to? That one, you need a log of, so this one, let's see. I don't think it has a different, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It does, see? Press it 3 times, put a 3, go over, put a 9, enter, it gives you 2. This is the same thing as the log of 9 over the log of 3. Let's do that. Fraction button, log base 10 of 9, under, let's see, put parentheses on it, log of 3, let's close parentheses, gives you an answer of 2. It has the regular, sign of, whatever, 30, right? Right here we are in degrees. So if we go with sign, we go 30, it gives us the answer half. If you go to mode, right, You can change to degrees, radians. You can go with normal mode, scientific mode, engineering mode. The float you can change if you want it to be real or imaginary, right? What else do we have in here? Decimals, binary, classic or math print. I like math print. You can try classic if you like. It changes a few other things. Second, quit, get out of that mode. Now let's do some stats on this, okay? So the way you do that, if you go to data, it gives you these tables. It only gives you 3 columns. Let's say you have some data, like 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? Average is probably going to be 5. We're going to do some stats. We'll find out. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As you can see, I type the number, I press enter. If I press data again, I can clear the first column. So let's say I want to clear this, and it clears it. See that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's press data. Let's go to formula. And it gives you, you can add a formula if you like. Let's say you press enter, right? I don't want to add a formula to L1, unfortunately. Let's clear that. Let's go, let's say I wanted to go on the second column if I wanted to add, this is L1, right? Let's say I wanted to add 2 to this column, right? So let's go to this column here, press data, formula, there we go, add, edit, enter, and L2. What do I want to do with L2? If I press data, I want to use L1, and I want to add 2 to it. So this should be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Press enter, and there it is. See that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this is L2. All right, now I got my numbers that I need. You can type them in there as well. Let's say I want certain statistics, like the mean, the standard deviation, and so forth. You press second, and then stats, right? And then here you can see number 2, one variable statistics. Let's go there, one variable statistics. You enter. L1 is your column, no frequency, and then we go enter, enter. We want to calculate, and it gives me everything I need. N is equal, so for this is for L1. N is equal to 5, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The mean is 5, that's true. It's right here. The mean is when you add them up and divide by how many you have. The standard deviation, okay, SX, is 1.58, great. We move down. This is the population standard deviation, 1.41. This is the sample standard deviation, which is this one, the SX. Sigma X, population standard deviation. Then it gives you the sum of X, right, which is 25. The sum of X squared, which is 135, meaning you're going to square this to 9, 16, 25, 36, and then 49. You got to add up all those numbers. It gives you 135. Okay, it's used a lot when you use formulas for regression and so forth. Here it says the min. So the min is 3, and it has an x because we called this one L1x. And then Q1, so there's a 5-number summary, 3.5. And the median, so it gives you the median, that's nice. And the third quartile, 6.5. And then it gives you the max, which is 7. Okay, what else does it give you? That's it, nothing else. Now, if you press data, right, it gives you these data points. Second, stats. What you can do is you can do 2 variable statistics. Enter. L1 is X. L2 is y, no frequency, is just whatever the numbers are, and then calculate. Calculate. Now it's different. It gives you n, these have to be in pairs, so that's 5 pairs. But it gives you x bar, which is the same, sx, sigma x, but it gives you now y bar. Y bar is the mean for this, which would be, I don't know, let's see, 7, right? Yep. The standard deviation, the sample standard deviation of y, the population standard deviation, sigma x squared, sigma y, right? Sigma y squared. Sigma y is when we add all this, and then sigma y squared, meaning you square these numbers, right? And you add the column, so the sigma y squared is what? 255. Sigma xy, meaning multiply 3 times 5, and the other ones, and then you sum x times y, that gives you 185. And then here it says a. So it's doing regression. Y hat equals ax plus b. A is the slope, b is the y-intercept, right? So a is 1, b is 2, meaning y hat equals 1a plus 2. Meaning the slope is 1, the y-intercept is 2. R is equal to 1, right? So the correlation coefficient, I forget what this is. It might be where you add a number to find y hat or something. I'm not sure. The min of x, the max of x, the min of y, the max of y doesn't do the 5-number summary for both, and then that's it. If you press second stats, you can calculate the linear regression, quadratic regression, cubic regression, lin reg, gives you a natural log, power reg, exponential reg, and that's it. A lot. This is the pro version, by the way, which is different. And then let's quit. Okay. I think that's a lot for the beginning guide, right? The beginner's guide for this calculator. It has other features. You can see it does differentiation. It looks like it does regression. Looks like it put some type of variable right there. You can numeric solving, polynomial solving, system solving, gives you random numbers, it seems like. You do combination, permutation, factorization. Let's see. You go 6, and you press it once, and gives you 6 factorial. 720. See that? So it has a lot of nice little function, and the price is great if you buy it here in the US. Great calculator. Of course, there are other calculators like the TI-84 Plus that does very similar. It has other features as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please tell your buddies at school, tell your teacher about this calculator. You know, and I hope you have a great semester. If you have any questions on this, tell me. Or if you use this calculator, write it out. Tell us how you like it. All right. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.